Hey everybody, how's it going? So this is just a little hobby update. What you're looking at are two test models of Space Marines. I like doing test models in twos because it kind of gives you a glimpse into what a squad and therefore an army of them could kind of look like. It's not like you're going to find a color scheme that doesn't work together in mass. I just like to get that visual appeal that way. But what we're looking at here are Celestial Lions. It's a chapter I've known about for a while, and these are old snap fit Space Marines from Assault on Black Reach that I had previously painted up that I had to strip off. So they were assembled, and I had to paint them when they were fully assembled, which isn't the biggest of deals, but I prefer painting models in sections than assembling it so I can get to everything easily. So I had a bit of a problem with that, but it still worked out pretty well. So the Celestial Lions Space Marine chapter is a chapter I knew about for a while, and I liked them. I liked that they were a younger chapter founded in the 38th millennium. The color scheme is what I really liked, which is gold with this blue shoulder pad inset, helmet, and weaponry. And this gold is Vallejo's liquid gold. The only way I paint gold is using Vallejo's liquid gold now. I think it's the best way to go about doing it. And the chapter had a bit of a problem with the Inquisition. They got wiped out, and their fluff now, since they were redone, not so much redone, they were pushed forward. The fluff was continued with a short story, well, not a short story, more of a novella, Blood and Fire, in which the Black Templars ultimately helped the chapter survive. Spoiler alert. Not that it really matters too much, but my bad. But that's part of the chapter fluff of which I'm discussing here. So I didn't collect them in the beginning because their fluff basically left them a doomed chapter to be destroyed on the fields of Armageddon. And I couldn't really find a decal for their chapter symbol, which is a gold lion's head profile. And I couldn't find that. So recently with their fluff being updated and with that happening, I really gave a look into trying to find decals for these guys, and I came across Armorcast's Jim Fritter's Gnomish Workshop decals. And you can see golden lion heads, and they work really well. I don't know why they have this big space on the bottom. They could have maybe bumped down all the heads and gave us another extra row or two of the medium heads, but they work really well. The one problem is that they're so close. You can see that you have to be really careful when you cut them out. It's just a bit of a pain, but it works just fine. So they work nicely. I have them on there. I hit them with the microset or microsol, and then I sealed them so they look really almost painted on in a sense. And I really enjoy how just something as simple as a decal ties the whole model together. Because for me, these guys weren't really Celestial Lions until they got the chapter symbol on them. The illusion was there, but the chapter symbol completes it. And I'm weird like that. Even when I paint up Dark Angels and stuff, when I don't put the chapter symbol on them, they don't really feel that they're of that appropriate chapter until the symbol's there. I don't know, maybe I'm just weird. But anyways, their symbols, their squad marking symbols are also golden. So that means what I'm probably going to have to do is use the standard chapter symbols that you get on the Space Marine decal sheets, the white markings, and then put them down, seal them, and then carefully paint over them in liquid gold, and hopefully that'll work to get the idea. But that should work easily enough. I put them on a bit of a woodland type of foresty based, and I saw Templar's Crusade utilize Kursk Earth, and he was talking about that from AK Interactive, so I gave it a shot because I liked the result he was getting. And which model is it? It's this one. I like it. It's not really a wash or a glaze or a paint, but it's somewhere between wash and a glaze, I guess. It's almost like liquid weathering powder in a sense. And depending on the thickness you put on there, you can see it looks like caked down mud. I want to make this guy give the illusion he was kneeling, which is why this leg is heavily weathered and the other one isn't. It still has some on it though. And it gives a good effect, and I applied it to the base as well, which is why the base is that weird brown color. I went a bit too heavy on the base for my tastes, but it works fine with the foliage on it. I'll just have to dial it back in the future. So, overall, good things. Got the decal sheet and it works just fine. Tried out the AK Interactive on these guys and I like it. And the color scheme I really enjoy. And with Vallejo's liquid gold, it's fun and easy to paint, to be honest. And then just went ahead and that blue really accents it, and I enjoy that. So really like the fluff of these guys now that they're recovering, because one of the things I don't like doing is collecting a force that's doomed to be dead in the fluff, like the Firehawks. They became the Legion of the Damned. They don't exist anymore. So even though Forge Roll gave them kind of a breath of fresh air in changing their color scheme up and stuff, I ultimately never wanted to try and paint them up or collect them because they're gone as a chapter. So this chapter's fluff was basically alluding to that being the case, but now that it's been turned around and they're recovering, I have more of an interest in collecting them, if that makes any sense. So I like this test scheme. While it looked cool in artwork, I wasn't sure how the gold with the blue would have looked in person, so that's why I did it. And I enjoy it, so I'm looking forward to doing up more of these guys. I do have a question for anybody who happens to be a Celestial Alliance fan or has read Blood and Fire, because I haven't read it yet. There's mention of a black helmet, and I see fluff stating, on sites that they say that's for sergeant helmets, and then I see it's for captain helmets. So I don't want to end up giving all the sergeants, when I eventually paint up a sergeant, black helmets if that's incorrect. So if somebody can help me out with that now, that'd be great. I do eventually want to get that novella short story thing and read it, but just don't have the time to at the moment. So if anybody can help me out with that black helmet, is it for sergeants or is it for captains? But anyways, the Celestial Lions are a pretty cool chapter. I'm not going to go too much further into their fluff because it does really cut into a lot of Blood and Fire. So just know that they are a chapter that has had their fluff extended, and they're an older chapter that's kind of got a new breath of life done to them, and they're not the only ones. I think the Dark Hunters or something like that, Dark Suns, Dark Hunters, a chapter with a name similar to that, which was an older chapter without much fluff, had a novel on them as well, which helps breathe new life into an older force, so that's pretty cool. Anyways, I've rambled on long enough. This is the Celestial Lions. I'm really happy with how they came out, and I do plan to do more of these guys, so that'll be fun. Anyways, that's it, so until next time, take it easy.